Uh-oh, what's up guys? I got another video coming. So I got a new toy. I got a Feiyu-Tech G4 Pro 3-axis gimbal for my phone. And the way the phone sits in it, I don't want to get into the whole thing, how this thing works, but it's just got this part right here that telescopes up like that, and your phone sits in the cradle. Well, I want to be able to use this, if I can figure out how to get it back in the box. But I also want to use this for my Sony action cameras, and the Sony action camera doesn't fit in this. And I found adapters you can buy for the GoPro, but I also saw another guy that made a 3D printed thing that would fit in here to adapt to the Sony camera. But I think what I'm going to do is I thieved this piece of ABS at work, and it's about a 1/2 inch thick. And what my plans are, I don't know if you can see the sketches I have on here. It's kind of messed up. So I'm going to cut this about 6 inches, okay? And I'm going to cut this notch out right here, and I'm going to drill a hole in it for a 1/4 screw to go through there. And I'm going to use this to simulate the iPhone sitting in the cradle, and I'm going to screw my Sony action camera right there. And hopefully it'll have enough weight on this to balance on the other side. If not, I'll adjust accordingly, I guess, but we'll see. But that's my plan. So I'm going to cut this. I should have cut it at work. We have better tools at work, but I'm just going to use my wife's scroll saw to cut this through here and notch this out. And yeah, so that's what's going to happen today, and we'll see if it works. And what I need to do is see if this will fit in here before I start cutting on it. So that does fit. That does fit in there pretty good. And what I'm going to do now is close this box, get the camera over here, and start cutting this piece of ABS to fit. As you can see, I got it cut out. I had to stop the camera was getting in the way, but I'm going to use this file to level that out a little bit, and should work fine. This is just getting the sharp corners off. I don't have the deburr tool for that, so I just use this wrench. It's kind of got a sharp edge. Sony camera sit right in there, and I should be able to use this for the gimbal. Let me get a 1/4 hole drilled in this. So this is the gimbal that I bought. It's the Feiyu-Tech G4 Pro, and it is designed to be used with cell phones. This is my iPhone, and I wanted to be able to use it for my Sony action camera, but unfortunately, I don't believe I could do that because this gimbal is not set up for it. So I'm going to try to show you what I came up with in the basement, and I'll show you how this thing is supposed to work. I don't know if I'm going to go through the entire setup process. You're not supposed to turn this on without a phone in it, so we're going to, or without a camera and phone in it, whatever. So we're going to do that now. There we go. Alright, so if I turn it on, there we go, just like that. And, you know, and you got to watch it. It'll bang. It'll hit this side right here. Will hit, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm not recording anything. I'm just going to show you how this thing's supposed to work. So what I did, you saw me in the basement cutting it. Take it apart real quick. Okay, so this is almost, if you can see here, the same dimensions as my phone. Pretty close. It's a little bit thicker than my phone though, but I wanted to be able to put a hole in the bottom here. So I could put a 1/4 threaded screw in there to secure my Sony action camera. And that's what this cut out. And what I'm hoping to do is when I put my Sony camera in here, the weight will be okay and it'll balance itself. And there's a setup you can go through to balance the thing. So this is a knob. I don't remember what it came off of, but I put a 1/4 screw through it. It wasn't threaded for a 1/4 screw, but I forced it in there, redid the threads, pushed this through that little piece on the back. So now I got like a thumb screw for this. I had to do that because the screw I had was too long. So this screw will go in the bottom there, and my Sony camera will thread in right here. But as you can see, it sits in there pretty good, and it's nice and sturdy, nice and secure, okay? And it's inside this thing. So what I'm hoping will happen is when I put this in here, that the gimbal will actually balance with that in there. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And there it is. So I think it needs to go through a calibration process. It's a little heavy. It's fighting it right now. But anyway, I think once I calibrate this, I don't have any more weight to put on this end here. The only other thing I can do is to cut a little bit off of that side so it does sit in farther to that way to balance a little bit better. It's struggling. I can feel the motor struggling to keep it balanced, but it is working. So my little jig will work. It's struggling. I think I need to cut some more off that side or add some weight on this one, but I got the max weight on there right now. Alright, I just need to tweak the weight on this side, I believe. Maybe add a washer. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? It's a little heavy over there, maybe? I just need to add some weight to it.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I had to go modify it. So I cut this piece off right here. And it's a lot more balanced now, as you can see. And but it's definitely going to work with my cell phone as well as my my Sony action cam. Well, you got to be careful. It'll bang into that right there. But you know, you just got to learn how to use this thing. But I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, this is I think I paid $60 for this used. And it's normally they go for about $100 and something. But it pivots, tilts down, tilts up. I think this is selfie mode. I haven't gone through all the modes yet. I think 3. It'll turn it around towards me. Push the button 3 times. It'll come back around. Turn it again. It'll reset itself. I can't remember all the button pushes, but let's say 4. 4 will center it right there. And it doesn't work. It just holds its mark. And you turn the thing and it follows. So as far as smooth panning and everything, I can't wait to get this out and give it a shot. Yeah, I haven't shot any videos with this yet, but this little setup I use right here that I built. Let me take it off here and show you. All it is a piece of ABS, right? You take the camera off. Now for the Sony HDR-AS200, I do have the tripod mount thing on the bottom of it. But if you have the waterproof case, it'll work as well. So I don't have the dimensions, but if you need them, by all means, feel free to contact me. But it's about as wide as a cell phone would be. And I have this wide enough to fit inside this bracket right here, where the cell phone would normally go. This camera is not very heavy, so you add this together, it's probably comparable to what a cell phone weighs. You make this wide enough to fit your camera. Right there, that little section, my Sony fits in there just perfect with some room to spare. And this is pretty thick ABS, so it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to flex. Drill a 1/4-inch hole in the bottom. Find some kind of 1/4-20 threaded screw to go through there to go through the bottom of the tripod clamp. And now you have a gimbal that you can use for your cell phone and for your Sony action cam. And I'm sure you could probably modify something for a GoPro or some other camera. I think the camera I have that I'm shooting right here, the Canon G7X, I don't think this will support the weight of that camera. Although I believe the camera might fit inside that little bit right there, and I don't know if I should give it a shot or not, but maybe I'll try it. What I'll do is I'll stop recording and I'll try to see if it'll work in there. If it does work, I'll put a note on the screen saying it did or didn't work, and maybe a video to follow. So I know this is kind of jumbled up and everything, but it can be done. Talk to y'all later.